of degree of violence, we already explained a little bit the violence or exploitation of it. So if you violence or exploitation of any human being for food, clothing, shelter, prepared by child labor, or exploiting other human beings, like go to the third world country and you exploit. No, you hire them, take care of them properly like you do other places. That's one thing. But if you exploiting them, okay, don't give them proper wages so that they cannot even survive, that kind of the thing, then that is the highest violence. If you are consuming those products, that is, you are a part of that. You are the limit for those kind of the violence. Violence to five sensed animals, second order of the sin. First, human being is the highest, and I explain you because if a person is going to attain liberation, it is going through the human life. Okay, so they are very close to the liberations, and you got to be very careful when you hurt, exploit human beings. Second thing is the animal. They are next in line for the liberation after human being is the five sense animals. Okay, and that's why we got to exclude meat, milk, cheese, butter, sweets, ice creams, chicken, eggs, etc. Because if you know the current industry, all right, every milk producing cow, it's been slaughtered when they are 5 years old. You will never find anywhere milk producing cow older than 5 years. Okay, because their milk yield drops around the 5 years of age or after three deliveries of the things, and they are no use, so they have to slaughter them. Every baby cows, male baby cows, 90% of the male baby cows has no use. If you look into it, there is no use of that cow. In the old times, the male calf, when they grown up, we use for transportation, we use for farming. Now everything is done by machine, the farming and transportation, and only the use of the male calf is the reproduction. You don't need this many male calf what they are born. Every cow is pregnant, milk producing cow is pregnant, and you don't need like 50% calf is a male and 50% is female. So these 50% male calf, they need hardly like 1 or 2% or 5% male calf to for the reproduction, and rest of the one has no use. Nobody's going to feed them when there is no output comes from there, and they are being slaughtered. Okay, sometimes they are slaughtered in 6 months, or it may be uh, uh, 3 years by beef industries. Okay, so these are the things you got to understand what you are eating in the current environment. Not talk about Mahavir Swami's environment. It's 2,500 years ago. There was no electricity. There was nothing. Okay, people, if you really look into it, you are practicing religion now. You are living now. Okay, you are not living in the Mahavir Swami's environment. So don't bring those kind of the argument. Okay, just understand where we are, and don't. I mean, no, I will answer you all the question, but understand ultimately what it counts, what you are doing today. Violence to the four and three sensed moving living beings, such as flies, bees, insect. That is the third order of the violence. All right, and fourth degree of violence, highest to lowest violence to the two sense beings. Like even two sense, there are many variations. Bacteria is considered two sense. Okay, but bacteria is kind of a one sense, in a sense, because you cannot visualize them with the naked eye. Okay, you've got to use microscopes and everything, and those kind of the living beings exist in infinite numbers. Okay, so violence to the one sense being is a minimum violence, which is a sixth order sin: water, fire, earth. Okay, that's that, and pratyek vegetables, and the root vegetables, which has infinite souls and usages. So generally, if you try to do complete micromanage everything, but you are the least sin you acquire is number 6. Number 5 is little more than the 6, but it is very hard to differentiate with a naked eye, unless you can see whether bacteria is all over the place, which is always there. Okay, so for all practical purpose, like number 5 or number 6, okay, it is the same thing. For practical purpose, I'm saying, okay, and it is still a lot less than 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Okay, and so root vegetables are infinite souls. Okay, but there is no like more sins for the root vegetables, because innumerable or infinite, I don't know how you differentiate the two in that sense. One is innumerable. Uh, okay, religiously they have explained 2000 years ago. Okay, whatever the knowledge base they had it at that time, and that's what they do it. But scientifically, when you try to figure it out, it is not. Ultimately, it falls to faith, Shraddha. All right. Next, the holistic Jain diet food criteria. The food must be conducive to ahimsa, environment, health, and spiritual upliftment. All things are important. So one should not consume any food that can create violence, kashai within, or degrades your awareness. Now, do you know which food degrades your awareness? It is nothing but the food which are juicy, tasty. Okay, when you eat that food, juicy food or tasty food, generally in the if you eat it during lunchtime, you will feel drowsy. Okay, you like to take a nap after eating that food, or in the evening meal. Now, whatever food that makes you drowsy, you are losing your awareness, and any food that impacts your awareness, it will hamper your spiritual progress. It is not allowed for anybody who wants to progress spiritually. It is not recommended, because what you eat, you get some nutrients, but at the same time, you get all the disadvantage by eating that food. There are some foods, if you eat, you will not make drowsy. It is like any food, like amel food, bland. Okay, there is no taste, there is nothing like that. All right, that kind of the food which is a healthy and no nutrients. No, I'm not saying amel food particularly, but any food which you just eat in a raw form, or just whatever the cook, but no spices, no oils, nothing into it. It's very difficult, but if you can develop the taste, you can do it. Like when we born, if you look at the taste, the mother's milk, you can realize no, even the formula, what we give it to our daughters, I try to test that one, and I says, what is this? There is no taste at all, in it. And is it, is this the things they need it and they love it, that one, okay? Is the later on we feed the natural food what we are eating, and we develop the taste, and now we cannot escape from those tastes. But it is like, so that is called. The third category is of the not to consume anishta food and anupsreya food. Now, what is anishta food? This is because I could not find proper English word, so I'm going to explain. The food, anishta food, which is like all our Prakrut word, the food which have no or very minimum nutrition value is a junk food. The junk food which has very little or no nutrition value, we should not eat. Because what we are doing, we are violent to our own body by consuming that food. Junk food takes significant amount of time for a very little nutrition, because we are, keep in mind, we are eating only for nutrition. We are not eating for taste, because the taste is, if you are eating for the taste, you don't have to come to learn Jainism and continue to eat for the things, because you got to have a proper environment. So anishta food, it is really when you become violence to yourself. What is the difference between somebody else's violence towards you or you did it yourself? There's no difference. That is the highest sin, because you are hurting the human being. Okay? And you say, but it is my body. No, it is not your body. You are soul. The body is different. And since body is associated with the soul, and when you have yours, you are hurting yourself, which is a human being. So that any junk food means fried food, any food that dip in a fry, that is all junk food, because there is no nutrition left when you cook the food around 400 degrees centigrade. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, chemically it is charcoal. You are eating nothing but the charcoal. Okay? So that is the anishta food. And anupsreya food, which is not a food even, like a drugs and tobaccos. Okay? If you add all these things, you know what kind of the food we should eat to remain fully awareness point of view and from a health point of view. So anupsreya food, I explain you. One should not eat any food that involve violence to the movable living being, which is human being, animals, birds, insect. Only violence to one sense being, which is like farming, when you dig the ground. Okay, that is the, no, one sense, but that is the minimum violence falls into the category. And we should use to do, we use those methods, but we don't use any method that involves humans, animals, birds, insects, etc. Okay, so that is the approach on a food criteria. Holistic Jain diet consume only healthy vegan food or strict vegetarian food. Food should be obtained with the minimum destructions of the environment. Consume minimum for healthy survival. Overeating and waste is violence. Now you know it. The overeating and waste, because you are, even though you are killing one sense living being, but if you did overeating, that extra killing that occurred because of the overeating things, that sin comes to you. Okay, And the waste, if you waste the food, that is also violence. And you can see the logic now. Eat little less than your hunger early in the day for good health and for proper practice of meditation. Because if you eat early in the day, I went to like Vipassana meditation, and you can see afternoon, there is no food anymore, okay? Because you digest all your things so that at night, the meditation time, your body is ready for meditation, okay? There is nothing in that one that I would strongly even recommend. If we don't have that kind of system in Jain religion, even though both Jainism and Buddhism has significant things on meditation. Bhagavan Mahavir, after renunciation, after taking Diksha for 12 and a half years, what he did the meditation, nothing else. For 12 and a half years, and we have very little things in Jain religion from practice point of view that we are involved in meditation. Even people, you find some scholars or no activity say, no, there is no meditation in Jainism. Now, this kind of the things, when it would occur, that when the whole religion is based on the meditation, okay, we even changed the title of the Mahavir, Tapasvi Mahavir. No, Mahavir was not Tapasvi. Mahavir was Dhyanastha. The reason I'm saying it that way, that what did Mahavir? Mahavir did not take a pachkan. He said, I'm going to do 6 months fastings or 4 months fastings or 1 month fastings. Okay. Mahavir was in meditation. And when he felt the body needs some nutrients, he went, asked for the food, and ate. Right there, only 1 meal a day. If you look at it for 30 years of Mahavira, 12 and a half years of Mahavira, sadhana kal, after renunciation, before he attained Kevalgnan, that was a 12 and a half years. He ate 349 meals. One meal on an average is every 12 days or 12 or 13 days. One meal. That's it. That's the body requirement. So he did not spend too much time in cooking, preparing, cleaning, and anything like that. Okay. He just went, got the food, that's it, and went back right into the meditation. So if the point comes out, Mahavir was not tapasvi like taking a vows and then do it. Okay, I'm taking, in Paryushan Arthai, I take a vow and I do it. Okay, that's tapasvi. But if I say I'm going to do meditation, and when the body needs the food, I will go and take some. And that is also only appropriate food for the meditation and nothing else. And that was the point I'm trying to bring it out here. Eat less than your hunger early in the day of the good health and for proper practice of meditation. Anishta food, any food which is not good for health or environment, like deep fried food, stale food, which is like, food is spoiled, okay? Fruits and vegetables and others that only develop fungus, that is not healthy. You don't eat at all. Liquor, there is no nutrition things or very little nutrition there. That is the anishta food. Anupsraya food, which is not a proper food even, contains no nutrition and hence should not be consumed, like coal, clay, drugs, tobaccos. These are the kind of the things, okay? Like I remember when I was a child, right? I had a problem always eating clay, okay? And my mother put some bag on my hand and tied it so that I cannot eat the clay. I'm just trying to remember those kind of the things in the childhood, what I did. All right. So this is the now violence to the humans. Violence